Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of All Cards on Deck LinkedIn Live. And I'm Ola. I'll be hosting these little live series, and I'll be inviting different guests, different people with different stories, but all of them have something in common. They all live lives on purpose. And we'll get to know who they are, what's their purpose, how they found it, and what challenges they faced along the way. And the idea of these series is to really get inspired by real people, real journeys. And this live also will have a little twist to it because I'm going to be using cards. That's why it's called All Cards on Deck. I'm going to be using these cards called We Are Not Really Strangers. I absolutely love these cards, and it will bring a bit of fun into the live. I played it with friends that I knew for several years, and it helped us to know each other from a different angle. And I also played it with strangers, with people that I don't know at all. And after that game, we became not really strangers anymore. And today's first guest is me. I decided to at first test this whole thing out on myself. Well, the first question is, who am I? I love replying to this question in two ways. Well, the first one is a little bit more grounded. It's about the personality, past experiences. And the other one is a bit more woo-woo, more out there, more spiritual. I'll start with the first one, the more grounded one. And I'm Ola, as you already know. I'm a mindset coach, and I help people go from what on earth am I doing with my life to finally falling in love with life again. And I can really relate to this journey because I've been there myself several years. I've been working in business development for quite a while, and yeah, the paycheck was great, traveling, friends, going out, parties, and all of that. But internally, I felt so stressed and anxious, especially at the end of the month. Guys who are in personal development and sales, hats off to you. And right now it's actually at the end of the month, so I'm wishing you all the best to close those targets, close those deals, because I know how stressful it can be. And in on that journey of figuring out that hey, this is not something that feels aligned anymore. I tried so many different methods, tools, and really discovered myself in a different way. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, helping people shift from that stress, anxiety, not knowing what they're doing with their lives, to figuring out who they are, what they want, and seeing life in a different way, from a place of love, peace, passion, and more beautiful emotions. What else can I say about myself? I feel like I'm a very blessed person because I was able to travel to so many countries. I've been to 50 different countries, and my 50th country was last year. I visited Costa Rica. I really wanted to go there for so long, and even planned to move there, but things didn't really align. Right now, I'm based in Belarus. This is where I'm from. And even though I have Dubai on my profile, mentioned, I kept it there because all my clients are still from there. And I lived in Dubai for 9 years and I worked there as a business development, in business development, and can totally relate to journeys of people who live in that city and in the UAE and the country. I feel like also I'm blessed because I lived in six different countries. Belarus, where I'm from, Russia, St. Petersburg, Geneva, Switzerland. Hi, everyone from Switzerland, if you're watching. Um, Vilnius, Lithuania, I studied there. Bali. I lived in Bali for 1 year and a half, and Dubai for 9 years. So after Dubai, I quit my job, moved to Bali for some time, and then came last year to Belarus, and now I'm settled here. So that's a little bit about me from a grounded side and point, and moving to a more woo-woo spiritual one. I love to reply to this question, who am I? As simple as I am. Or maybe you heard of I am that I am. For me, this is something that represents every one of us, our essence, what's within us, behind all of those masks, without all of those labels. Because I do believe we're so much more than our name. We're so much more than our job titles and jobs and family. We're so much more than just being a daughter, a mother, etc. And I feel like the answer of I am that I am really represents that being, that essence, that consciousness. I know it could be a little bit woo-woo for some people, but this is something I really wanted to share. What is my purpose? My purpose. Before I dive into what's my purpose, I would love to share my thoughts about purpose because I have a feeling that a lot of people they connect purpose to their job. And how I see it, I see purpose as something more complex and multi-layered. Yes, if you can fulfill your purpose through your job, amazing. But if you're not ready to do that right now, or maybe you're okay with your 9 to 5, there's so many other ways to fulfill your purpose. It could be through charity, family, hobbies. As long as you know your purpose, for me, purpose equals that big why statement, right? As long as you know it, the way, the how, as long as you know the why, the how can be different. And it's about experimenting with the how. In my case, I'm very happy to share my big why with you guys. It sounds like this. I continuously walk my own path of healing and self-discovery, and from the place of my own experience, hold space for others so they too can live lighter, more peaceful, and deeply happy lives. This is my why, and what it means to me is that the first part, first of all, everything that I share, be it posts, be it videos, be it sessions with clients, everything went through my personal experience. If it's still just a theory in my head or a course that I didn't experiment with, then I don't share it with anyone until I saw that shift within me, until I experimented and felt the transformation myself. And the other part of the sentence, so they too can live lighter, more peaceful, and deeply happy lives. Here, I also feel like I'm very blessed. I'm probably going to be repeating it more and more today that I feel blessed because in the here and now, the emotions that I feel the most are gratitude, peace, and happiness. And it has been a journey to come here. And of course, I'm a human being. I still feel like shit. I still feel anger, stress, and anxiety, and all of these things. But if looking at the picture as a whole, the emotions I feel the most are usually the pleasant ones or neutral ones. And even if I feel like shit, I know I have the tools and I know how to self-regulate and I have support. I have people who I can call and be like, I need your help ASAP. Let's fix that. Let's release some anger. Let's twist and tweak that belief within me. And I feel like it's very, very important to have that support and not to only have that support outside, right? But also know how to self-regulate within by yourself, be self-sufficient. How I found my purpose. So I feel like actually my purpose found me because right now, yes, my purpose is being fulfilled through the work that I do. But if you would tell me 5 years ago, hey, Ola, you'll become a coach, I would laugh at your face straight away and be like, I will. never become a coach. Every Dick and Harry is a coach right now. I ain't becoming one. But as they say never, and here I am. And yeah, how did I get here? I feel like I got here because of that journey that I was on. Like that, I had so many questions in my head when I started. Like, who am I? Literally, those questions that I'm asking myself today, on this life. Who am I? What's my purpose? What are we doing here on this planet as humans? Like, what is the meaning of life? And as I was looking for the answers, I was doing each and every method, each and every certification I've done, course I've done, was for myself, to understand myself, to heal myself. And as I was going through it, as I was seeing how much I shift and change, I was like, wow, I shifted so much, I transformed so much. And right now I have this experience, this knowledge, and all of these tools. I really, really, really want to share them with the world. And in the beginning, I started with just sharing it and having free sessions with people. I wanted also to figure out, do I like it? I had sessions with people, and I realized that time stops. Time doesn't exist when I'm with people, when I'm sharing these tools, when we're working together. I had sessions with clients for 12 hours. Can you imagine? 12 hours. We were like creating these little mini retreats for one day, or some with some people for 2 days, like 6 hours on a Saturday, 6 hours on a Sunday. And after that experience, I was like, wow, it's incredible. If I can be in that space and hold space for so long, and time really, I'm enjoying it and time doesn't exist. I love it. I love doing it. And then there was another question that was in my mind. Does it actually work? It worked on me. Will it work on others? And this is something that I also wanted to make sure of. And that's why I was doing these free sessions with people. And as you can see, I'm still doing it. So it works. The transformation I saw in my clients, my first clients, even though I know I did some mistakes in the beginning, that was a learning curve for me. I saw them transform. I saw them see life in a different way. I saw them feel lighter. I saw them experiencing more peace, and it was fascinating. It was fascinating. And this is how my purpose found me. What is the biggest challenge that I faced around purpose? I feel like I was sold the idea that when I figure out my purpose, when I align with it, okay, cool. I know my big why. I love doing it. I see the impact. I know that it works with other people. Amazing. And then I was like, I'm just gonna work with my abundance mindset, channel money, energy, and all of that stuff. And the next day I'll have a queue of clients knocking at the door and wanting to work with me. My main focus was on the mindset and on the energy work. And what I realized later on that it doesn't work this way. At least it didn't work for me. Maybe for some people it does, but for me it didn't. I really had to face the and see the truth, face the truth, look into the eyes of the truth, that I have no freaking idea how to run a business. And when you're fulfilling your why and your purpose through your own business, you gotta know how to have it. Like these little strategies that you'll get here and there, a logo, a website that you'll get. This is just a tiny little drop in the huge ocean of business. And yeah, that was a big one for me. That hey, it's not only about your mindset. You gotta figure out your strategies or systems and align that. And not only figure out your like mindset, strategies, and systems. You gotta take action constantly. There are times when I take a break, which is of course okay. Like for example, in January, I was off for a month, and I could straight away see there was no action at all. And because of that, there was like it slowed down for me. So it's really, really a combination of so many things. It was quite a challenge, quite a disappointment for me. So that I cannot just meditate, visualize clients attracting to me, and everything's gonna work like that. So yeah, and the tip, what tips do I have for others? Well, the biggest invitation for you guys who are looking for your purpose, who are in the search, who want to live a more fulfilling life, is experiment. Experiment. You got to figure out your big why, your purpose, and then experiment with how you can fulfill it. It could be, again, through your job, but the first thing that you will experiment with might not be the right one. I recently had a client who wanted to experiment with interior design. She was doing something else and she's like, I want to shift. I want to try interior design. So she went and started a course for interior design and realized, yeah, it's pretty cool, but this is not really something that I want to do. And it's totally okay. Now she knows. Then now it's time to move on to something else. What else can fulfill your big why? What else can you do? Do you want it to be from through your work? Do you want it to be through your hobbies, through charity work, through family, through friends? So many other ways. And I feel like there is direct correlation of you feeling fulfilled when you fulfill your purpose, like direct correlation. At least it was and is for me. Okay, I think we're done with the uh, first set of questions around purpose. Okay, second part. Second part is the part with the cards. Ta-da-da! We're not really strangers. So these cards, they have three levels, random questions, personal ones. I have no idea what's going to come. We'll start with level one. Oh my God. Interesting. Do I seem like a coffee or a tea person? Sweetened or unsweetened? That's a funny one. Well, in the here and now, I am definitely a coffee person. I didn't drink coffee for a very long time. I quit coffee for a year. And I was like, the way I quit things, be it cigarettes because I used to smoke, be it alcohol because I used to drink like crazy. I substitute things. So with coffee, how I quit coffee back then, I was substituting it with like decaf, even though I know it's not that healthy, with chicory, I think it's called, or carob. And then I last year I traveled to Italy and I really wanted to have coffee. So I was drinking coffee every day, and since then I'm back. So coffee lovers, I'm back in your team again. And it's unsweetened. I don't put sugar. I like it the way it is. Interesting question. Level two. Oh, how are you really? I love this question. I love this question because also I feel like, yeah, last year on LinkedIn, I had these little also LinkedIn series where every week I was asking people how are they really, because a lot of people reply to the question how are you so quickly, like I'm fine, I'm okay, it's okay, but then it's such a surface reply. A lot of people experience so many different emotions, and that answer of okay or I'm fine is sort of like an answer to brush off the person, and it's always good to dig deeper. How do I feel? Really, as I mentioned, like the life chapter kind of that I have right now is very much in the realms of peace, gratitude, and happiness. And in the here and now, as I am holding a live for the first time in my life, I'm excited and a little bit nervous too. So that's there. That's my really. That's my really. And level three. Let's see. How deep can we go? What would be the perfect gift for me? Mm, well, I consider myself quite a minimalist. I don't have a lot of stuff, and I'm not a big fan of stuff and things and clothes. I mean, that's why a perfect gift for me would be an experience. I'm a big fan of experiences. Something that will create an incredible memory for me. Like, I don't know, uh, skydiving or going diving with the dolphins or like a spa day or travel, like something that, yeah, I can just explore and experience rather than have as a material thing. Not a bungee jumping experience though. Please don't give me that. Okay, we're good to go. Done with the cards. Done with the questions. I think it went pretty well. And for the next episode, I have a special guest. His name is Kevin Dolling. Episode 2, All Cards on Deck. He's an incredible human being, a person I love so much. And he was the one, he's my mentor. We started working together, I think, April last year. And he was the person who helped me bridge that gap of mindset and strategies and systems. So I'm 100% sure for you guys who are building a business on LinkedIn, this episode 2, next one, would be freaking awesome and will be very inspiring and filled with lots of value. So we'll get to know who is Kevin and what's his purpose and how he got there. And yeah, thank you so much once again for tuning in, joining. It was a pleasure to host this live, and I'll see you in the next one.